Hello there, it's Chris Nevada here, in my normal person rather than some of the strange people I've been introducing these videos in. But do not worry, they will be back at the end of the video, but I thought I'd do a sort of normal intro in case it puts some of you more timid types off. So today we've got this little 3 foot by 1 foot narrow gauge mining module, the first narrow gauge layout I've built in probably well over a decade actually. It's just used up a few spare bits and pieces, as well as incorporate a little pit head which I nicked off Model Rail's Chris Lee to refurbish. Then it sort of expanded into a layout, and eventually it will go in a proper diorama case, but at the moment it's just on a bit of foam ball. But that does have advantages, because when you're working on a model railway you can spin it around, and it makes it much easier trying to detail something up like this than if it's in an enclosed diorama case. Anyway, I've got my little camera here. Oh, one thing, it's in 2021 April issue of Model Rail magazine, 6-page feature. There you go, you see here. So anyway, apart from that, do not fear, do not switch off. I have my little camera here and I'm going to wander around this, and I'm going to mutter into the little microphone on the top in close up of all the little bits and pieces on it. And at the end you might meet Toy Train Man's scary long lost uncle, Cyril Magwanglewurzel. Okay, I shall mumble my way through this as I normally do. This is Moorewood Colliery. Looking around it in greater detail, we start with the pit head, which is from an old Craftline balsa kit, one of those kits you can buy just for a few pennies. If you Google it, you'll find it sort of listed online, but not currently available, but due for imminent release, so maybe it will appear in due course. It's been saying it for some time. Mining building is from one of these petite properties kits, Harper's Yard, available as low relief or as a full relief. Nice little scenes using Model U figures. They are great, try them out, worth the money. They're not the cheapest, but they're by far probably the best, because they're all based on real poses of real people doing stuff. Bit of Z gauge track there to replicate the tub line. Little scratch built winding house here, just freelance, but based on pictures of stuff I've seen. A bit maybe Snell Beach lead miney. George Dent, if you're looking at this, I borrowed one of your figures. You can have it back, and that's your wheelbarrow there as well. I think again Model U, I may be wrong. Grasses and stuff, usual sort of static sources. I like these wagons. I got these from a chap in the 009 Society many years ago called John Thorne. They're a limited run of I think they're China clay narrow gauge trucks. They're rather cool, but I don't think you can get them anymore, sadly. Pico track, of course. Everyone uses Pico track in 009. I think they do. This is a Roxy Mouldings kit. It's actually from a Cypriot railway prototype, I think UK built. Actually it's supposed to be meter gauge, but I've put it on a 009 Farish 260 chassis. If you search Roxy Mouldings, they do a whole range of small locos, ideal for these kind of things, and being able to put it on a narrow gauge, so N gauge chassis is great. A little bit of a canal wharf here, a Craftline narrowboat, not particularly accurate, and I'm sure the narrowboat people will go, oh no, that's wrong. Well, yes, it's only 10 quid though, and I have other stuff in the making. The little wagons at the back are Roco trucks. You can buy those. They've been around for years and years and years, as are these slightly bigger trucks at the back as well. Lots of piles of coal and spoil. So the idea being that the coal is pulled up from here via horse. I will get some trucks eventually for the narrow gauge line, but the ready-made ones are a bit pricey, but I could probably make something from scratch, so I don't need to move. And they get hauled up the incline and then dumped into the bigger wagons, which then go up to the main line to the standard gauge up at Binniger on the, was it Chilcompton? Can't remember, anyway, up towards the Somerset and Dorset line. The whole thing at the moment is just on foam board, but I've designed it around a Tim Horn 3 foot by 1 foot diorama case, which I need to order. Then they'll be able to take it to shows if ever we do exhibitions again, though I don't do a huge number, as people probably know. I get a bit bored of them, to be honest with you. I mean, they're not bored of the show, but standing around all day long just playing trains is great for about 2 hours maybe. So I might have to get some staff in if I do another show. But yes, the idea is it will go in a diorama case and be fully operational. Though in fact it's all wired up now. At the moment it's just on foam board, and of course you can read all about this in April issue of Model Rail magazine in far greater detail than this. So do buy it, it's not expensive, and you can buy an online copy if you don't want to have a print version, or if you live in Outer Mongolia. So there we go, that's about it really with that. But operationally, I don't know how much fun it will be to run, but I'll find out eventually and probably update everyone. It'd be nice to put it in a proper diorama case, and I can put a proper painted back scene on it, built-in lighting, which will really bring it together. So that's it for now, folks. See you soon. Toodaloo.
Hello, my name is Cyril Magwanglewurzel. You may have seen me at a few model railway shows. I normally hang around sniffing and scratching stuff I shouldn't scratch. But anyway, I'm going to have a look at this little train thing here. I'm sure it's not right, because I'm sure pit heads were always very, very big and made of metal, and you only ever had them in Nottinghamshire. Yeah, that's right. And that horse isn't right, because it doesn't look horsey enough. No, it's why my mum was an old nag, so I should know really. Bit of string. No, they were never made of string, they were always made of iron cable. In this little building now that's wrong, it should be made of brick. You always know it should be made of brick and things like that. I'm the real expert, because I've built no model railways ever in my whole life. And I still live at home, despite the fact I'm 93. And I live at home with mother, but she's in the bath still. That's where I left her earlier on anyway. So anyway, I thought I'd say hello. I think you've met my nephew, Toy Train Man, a few times. I'm sure you have. But anyway, I'm Cyril Magwanglewurzel. I'm sure we'll meet again, so toodaloo for now. And as you know, I always know more than you, and I know better than you.
Audio test. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Big smile. Yes, put city glasses on.
Oh, hello, how are you today?
Anyway, there we go. Blah 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 blah. 2021 issue of Model Rail magazine. Sorry, April Model Rail.